Okay, this is next. How do I fix this? Well, first you need to gotta have a close inspection. Close inspection. Well, obviously that's gone. I got from a local salvage yard. This happened to come off of a 57. I do have a little fixing to do in here yet. I'm not sure how I'm gonna go about that. Pitting here, but I'm gonna worry about that later. Now off of that piece, this is the inner piece off of that 57, which I can't use this, but that would have gone here. So I've got nothing to screw to put my rear view mirror. I was hoping I could use this piece, but I can't. I'm keeping this because maybe it could be useful. Useful as to the bends and the curves, to make a little piece here. And inside of this piece was this here. Underneath here, there's this piece. And I think it goes in there like this. Under there, on my car, inside there, inside that hole, this is all rusted off. That right there, it's all gone. I need to fix that in there. Nothing to secure the rear view mirror to. It needs something to grab onto. So that's the first thing I need to fix. I think I'm going to open this up so I can see in there better. I'm not sure how I'm gonna fix this yet. One thing I don't want to do is I don't want to just cut it all out. I can take some of this out. Right about here. Okay, that didn't hurt anything. Might have to, I think before I cut this off, I'm going to make a panel to replace what I cut out. Yeah. Let's do that first.
Oops. Moving everything here. Oh yeah. Round pipe. Yeah. Kind of pound it on that round pipe. There. a hammer. Round it on that. Give that more of a rounded radius. So it matches that. Now I need to probably curve it a little more. Yeah, not too bad. Roughly there. Good there, not this. Let's move here a little. We need to be right here. Like that. Alright, now we need to bend. Let's flatten this a little bit. Too bad. Yeah, that looks pretty good. See how it fits.
There we go. This piece, I made it extra long in case I need to cut it out as large as that piece. And this piece goes right there. Don't know how much I'm going to cut out of here yet. But I think before I do, I'm going to get these holes punched in on this piece. So in case I do use this whole piece, I've got my holes already set. And then I got to make sure that I'm going to mark the center here, so I don't accidentally put this knot in center. We need this piece here to help. That's what I'm going to do next. Get those holes onto here. Over your spot. Get it nice and straight. Rub where those holes are. Kind of like that. So, next step, holes. Where's my piece? Oh, my piece is over here. Here. Now, all I gotta do is transfer those holes onto here. And that's what I'm gonna do next. And here's why you never assume. You always gotta have everything that involves your fix handy, because if I drill that hole out, it's gonna be a little off. Keep your old parts, because you don't want to be doing this with your brand new shiny chrome part. You get it all dirty and you'll scratch it, and you don't want that. I'm going to mark that there hole with a red marker, and then I'm going to drill some holes. There it is. So that's where that goes, right there. Now what? Now what do I do? Well, I suppose cut some of this out. Looks like this little notch here, that's my center, so I need to mark that on this piece. I marked mark my center, so I know to get this in the center. Now I'm gonna cut some of this out so I can see in here. Okay, digging deeper in here. Cut that out. Yeah, that's totally gone in there. So I'm gonna have to replace that. It's shot. It's shot. So I have no choice but to use this. It looks I'll probably have to do some minor repairs to it, but at least this is more intact than what I have in here. That's just all gone. My next thought is, my next thought. So I notched that so I knew where it went. I even described the line so I know where this would go before I cut that out, so I knew where the center was. And I am thinking, in order for me to fix this, I need to pre-weld. I need to pre-weld this piece in place. Once I get that welded up, I can cut all that out and then put this piece on top and weld it in. Next thing I'm going to do is fix this up. Luckily I saved this because I had to go digging through my scrap metal pile. Okay, I'm about ready to do some welding here. I had to make that little piece right there. So I took a piece of metal, ground a bolt so I could put a divot in it. Like that. Pound, and then drill a hole. Then I took apart that, run it through that hole so I can put a slot in it. See that slot? And then, ever so slightly, take a screwdriver and pound one of the end of the slots down. But anyway, I'm ready to weld this in. Right there. Okay? So here is the piece. But now I can take and cut out probably near my line along here, and I don't know yet how much of the back here I'll cut off. It's really good to keep some of these old parts because I screwed this in place, the mirror, to make sure everything was centered and everything screwed nicely before I welded this bracket in place. Okay, next. My rough cut in, got that painted, some scrap paint. This goes right here. Before I can tack this in, I have a little fix it to do right here. It's a little thin right in there, and I'm just gonna add some weldage to that. What I'm doing next. Okay, I have I've got this welded in. Right now I got a smudge of all metal over my hole patch and over my seams and blah 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 blah. Where's my finger? There it is. This is next. This is next. Well, this is a valuable piece right here because this is sure gonna save me some time. It's gonna go right there. I do have some pits, so I'm going to attempt to fix these pits. And what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clamp a piece of copper on the back here. I'm gonna make sure this is all nice and flat and shiny and smooth. And I'm gonna clamp it on tight. And then I'm going to put some weld over some of these here. This copper, what it's gonna do is it's gonna help soak up the heat, and B, whatever weld penetrates through here, it's gonna hit the copper and it's gonna end up being flat. It's not gonna be a big blob, so it'll be easier to grind flat. This has been working extremely well. It's working awesome. Okay, so here's a glance at what this looks like now, and we'll see what this looks like when it's done. Okay, here it is. Most of those pits are gone. So, using this really helped. That did the trick. Now, I can prep this, get this welded in there. That's my next step. Now I'm working on getting ready to get this welded in, and for me, I like to get my molding on here, make sure things fit, see if there's any issues, see if things are lining up, all that sort of stuff. You gotta do this. You gotta put your trim stuff on, tape it together, tape it on, see how things are gonna fit. There's my tool that I made. So what I've been doing is taking a file and filing this until it fits even better. Probably use this little tool that I made just to get under here so I can lift that up. I don't know if you can see it. Just to get that up so slight bit when I go to weld. And I'm flush here and I'm flush there. Okay, I've got this ready. Okay, I have this all tacked in. I'm very happy how it's looking so far. My stainless fits really nice. I'm nice and flush there and there. And I think it's gonna be a good fix. So will show you what it looks like when it's all done. Okay, this here is done. My molding fits pretty good. I'm happy how that fits. Next is gonna be back here. Back here. Yeah. We got some problems back here too with all these pits that are on the top here, right through here. I just took the welder and I put a big gob of weld all the way across. Daubing it with weld, grinding it down, and taking a file and filing it. Even made myself a little gauge that I can put here and to make sure that I'm at the proper height and stuff. So I'm a little high right here. If I go down here a ways where it's mostly original, it lines up really good. Then I pick a spot, this big stuff here, I'm using, this must be an 1/8 inch. 1/8 inch, I think. A little bit thicker than the regular body steel, but it gives me some good meat to weld onto. Cut myself out a piece, and then start cutting this old out. I've got my stud on there. I got my patch beveled. And another reason for the stud, you know, when you put it in here, you know, you could let go of it and it falls down and now you lost it. So I will do that. And then I've got some magnets that I put over the end and then over the other end. Flush everything up. And there it is. It's all ready to weld in. I'll tack it first. So once I'm all done fixing these holes and fixing that, I'll take this gauge and I'll run it down through the entire piece, and I'll make sure, like here's a high spot, I'll file that area down and get it where it belongs. Keep on going. To make one of these, just take a piece of cardboard, find a good spot on your channel, duplicate that channel, cut it out on a piece of cardboard, test fit it, and once you get it to fit, transfer that to a piece of metal, very carefully cut it out, file it. It's very time consuming, but once you have it, you got a gauge to go by. Very helpful. And here is what it looks like after I brush some rust remover for a couple days straight. Get all that rust out of these little pits here. So I'm ready to epoxy primer this. And if we go to the back, there we go. This part of this project is done. Not sure what I'm doing next. I think my next project is cleaning up all of this in here and getting that all epoxy primered and sealed up and done. There's still a lot of things to do in your project. It gets to a certain point where you gotta ask yourself, what do I do next? What's the most logical step? I don't know what that is, but myself is telling me, get this all sealed up in here. Seam seal all the seams, get my tack strip out so I can paint behind that, and get this all sealed up. That will be next. Thanks for watching. See you next time. See ya.